Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Doni. I'm an artist and music producer, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to remake Kanye West's No Child Left Behind. It's a song off of his latest album, Donda, which just dropped a few days ago, so I thought I'd just show you guys how to remake this track, which in my opinion is one of the best songs on the album. I just love how simple yet powerful it is, and just all the instruments and the arrangements that go into it. It's just overall an amazing track. So that's what we're going to be doing today. And to remake this song, we're actually going to be using a free DAW or digital audio workstation called SoundTrap. This is a free program to use. It's online based as well. So any of you guys, you don't need to have a ton of money. If you want to learn how to produce music, I would highly recommend this program. Of course, there's different levels of memberships and things like that, whether you want to actually spend money and have more perks and things like that. But I'm actually going to be using the free version of SoundTrap to remake this song with you guys today. So that means that none of you guys have to spend a single penny to remake this beat that we're about to do today. Yeah, nada. Nothing. So what I'm gonna do is I'll play the remake that I've done for you guys to listen to, and then after that I'll show you guys exactly what I'm doing and what effects I use and all that kind of stuff.
Back again, I use my back against the wall. Never caught on y'all, never count on y'all, always count on God. Back again, I use my back against the wall. Never caught on y'all, never count on y'all, always count on God. He's done miracles on me. He's done miracles on me. He's done miracles on me. He's done miracles on me.
And there you go. So that is my full remake. That's what I've cooked up with in the last hour or so. So let me get into exactly what I did. Now, first things first, just to let you guys know, of course, Kanye West did not make his album off of SoundTrap. So the sounds and presets and effects that I'm using are not exactly what was used on the actual song. They're just kind of as close as I can get to based off of what I had to work with here on SoundTrap. So just so you guys know, but it's still fire though. It's still fire though. So the first instruments that we're going to be using or highlighting here on the top of your screen here, the blue and the purple one, those are actually organs. So of course, I don't know if you guys can hear that's what the main instrument in the song is. So the first organ that I'm using is this one on the preset here called the spiritual organ, and it sounds a little something like this. These are the chords that I'm playing here on the screen as well. Those are the chords that I'm playing. And now the second organ that we're playing here is the soft organ, and it's actually the one right under the spiritual organ in terms of where it's placed. Yeah, just right there. So they're not too hard to find if you just follow the exact keys and stuff like that are on there on the screen. You should find them very easily. So, and I threw on just mainly with the organs, the main effects that I've put a lot on is the reverb, because of course we want to give it that spacious and ominous atmosphere. So those are the two organs that we're using on here. That's what they sound like. The spiritual one is more of the main one, and then the soft organ is kind of more like a complementary organ. So of course, as you guys can see, it's a little bit lower, but yeah, they sound really good. Next thing that we're going to be using is a choir to kind of, again, add to that spacious atmosphere. If you go on the keyboards and then go into the choir, the exact preset I'm using is the Scat Echoes one, and it sounds like this. Yeah, so for any guys who are unfamiliar with SoundTrap, or you've never heard of it or never seen it before, whatever, basically if you're just putting things into the menu, just click exactly wherever you want to, on the screen. So just use your mouse and you're all good to go. So that's just basically what I've done for all of the chords in this arrangement, basically. Next instrument that we have is actually a synth, and it's called the Cushy Pad. By itself, this doesn't really do much, but in terms of just the greater scheme of things, it does just add a little bit more spaciousness. I don't know if that's a word, but it is now. So that's kind of how it sounds by itself. You won't really hear much of it when you hear all the tracks together, but it does just contribute to the overall atmosphere of the track. So that's why that is there. Just so you guys know as well, the chords that I'm playing here on the MIDI are actually very close to the organ chords as well. In fact, even if you want to just duplicate your track that you have there already and then just kind of add the preset onto there, you can do that as well. Next, we have our basses, and these are actually synth basses. So if you go on to the presets that are there, if you go on to synth, and then if you go into like the synth bass, you'll find an instrument called the darker bass. And also, you know, there's a dark bass and then there's a darker bass. Don't confuse them. The one I'm using here, it's the darker one, the darkest of the darks. So make sure you have the darker bass when you're doing this. And again, these are just playing the simple like bass notes that are on there. Not too much. And I have two. You notice that there's two there. I have two just to, usually what I'll do is I'll have one playing on a lower octave, and then I might have one on a higher octave, just so that they kind of like balance each other out, if that makes sense. You don't have to do it. That's kind of just what I do. But both of them together, they sound a little something like this. Yes, very, very dark. That's what I'm saying. I love it so much because it really complements like the other lighter instruments. It's just a nice dark bass. Next, we have the little notes that you might hear. It's not played throughout the entire song, but at different points, like in the song, you can kind of hear them. It sounds a little something like this. So the instrument that I'm using for those notes right there is actually another synth. If you go onto like the column with the synths and then go into leads, it's actually the instrument called the Milky Bells. That's what I'm using here. And again, similar to like a lot of the instruments that we've been using on this song, I put a ton of reverb on these ones right here. And especially if you hear the actual song, they do sound just very just like out there and like so far away, but yet so like in your ear, if that makes sense. So I was trying to go for that same thing. So I went through a lot of like the effects here. These are kind of what I used to kind of give it that spacious atmosphere. I've been saying that a lot, but that's kind of like what this entire song is. It's just a lot of spaciousness and all that kind of stuff. So those are some of the effects that I've used there. And then as for the vocals, I just went on YouTube, looked up No Child Left Behind acapella. If you want just like the vocals of songs, if you just put the name of it and then acapella, you could find like just, you know, the vocals of it, of whatever song you're trying to look for, and then just, you know, download it as MP3 flyer, and you're all good to go. So all together,
back again, I use my back against the wall. Never caught on y'all, never count on y'all, always count on God.
In fact, actually what I'll do is I'll actually play it by itself without the vocals, just so you guys can hear the song. So that is the full song right there. And again, all this was made on SoundTrap. I did not use a single dime. This is a free software, and I'm using the basic membership here as well. So yeah, that is my No Child Left Behind remake. If you guys want like more of like a deeper tutorial of like exactly everything I did, just let me know in the comments. I could hook some of y'all up if you have questions. And then also, if you guys have any other, or if you guys just like these styles of videos where I do remakes and then break them down and show them to you guys, if you guys want to see more videos like that, let me know in the comments down below, and I'd be more than happy to take any requests or whatever like that. But with that being said, that is No Child Left Behind. That is my remake. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a comment, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.
Back again, I use my back against the wall. Never caught on y'all, never count on y'all, always count on God. Back again, I use my back against the wall. Never caught on y'all, never count on y'all, always count on God. He's done miracles on me. He's done miracles on me. He's done